Hello. I hope everyone had a nice vacation. It's good to see you all again. As the semester's gone on, I've grown to consider you all friends. So I would like to share with you something that I've been thinking about for the better half of my life. It's just something that's always been on my mind, and this is a good chance to do some research on it. Have you ever felt so strongly about something that you just want to share with everyone? Well, I have. This is it. It's a carpe diem, Latin for seize the day. As the years go by one, they seem to go faster and faster. And that brings us to the purpose of being here. Growing older directly affects your perception of time by altering your memories of time. Now, how many people here feel that as you get older, time seems to be moving faster? Now, after listening to my speech, I'm hoping that everyone should view the past, present, and future differently. And I hope you share this theory with friends and family. Now, time is definitely a linear thing. It follows a constant path, does not change. A second is 1 second, month, 1 month, year is 1 year. My own personal theory on how your memory affects your perception of time is when you're a child, your mind is basically a blank slate. You don't have very many memories. Then, as every day passes, each day is compressed into that blank slate. So your view of 1 minute is definitely shorter and shorter as every day passes. I remember when I was little in elementary school, I would look at the minute hand on the clock, go by so slow. And likewise, summers, 10 weeks long, best summer of my life. Swimming, pool, just hanging out with friends, so much fun. And now, as we're getting older, there's obviously more days and more memories just being put into our heads, effectively narrowing our view of a minute. Now I look at the clock and it's definitely faster than what I remember. And the summers, I work as a custodian. The summers, there's just never enough time. They go by so fast. I found this one website called Log Time, the subjective scale of life, the logarithmic time perception hypothesis. Long name. It was created by a guy named James Maine Kenny. He pretty smart guy actually. He received a bachelor's in electrical engineering from the City College of New York, Master's of Science in electrical engineering from Columbia University, and he's now retired from an engineering career, largely spent in the field of microwave semiconductor measurements. He's a nerd. But he got his information mainly from one book. It was the only book he could really find, called The Theory of Celestial Influence, Man, the Universe, and Cosmic Theory by Rodney Collin. So since he only got his information from one book, and I could only find this one site, there's obviously not a lot of information on this, but his website embodied my entire theory, and then some. He uses a logarithm to explain the perception scale of time. I'm not going to go into the calculus stuff, or that would just be too boring. But what he says is the human mind judges the length of a period of time, such as a year, by comparing it with current age. For example, 1 year adds 10% to the life of a 10-year-old, but only 5% to that of a 20-year-old. For the 20-year-old, 2 years are required to add up to that 10%. So he theorizes that it's the percentage we perceive as our memories, not the length of time. To the 20-year-old, 2 years will seem to pass as quickly as 1 year, as a 1 year will pass to the 10-year-old. Similarly, 3 years to a 30-year-old, 4 years to a 40-year-old, so on and so on. And each will pass equally as fast. An important consequence of the knowledge of a log time, that's the term he uses for his theory, can be an appreciation of and an important difference between young and old. While the elderly are commonly seen as slow and kind of senile, they, from their perspectives, they are just passing right by the young. Whereas the young experience endless summer. They're the only ones. Now the young and the old, they share a linear path of time, but how they each perceive this time is very different. Now this information is meant to make you. This information is meant to make you think. It's meant to motivate you. Please go out and enjoy life. Don't let the years pass and slip away. Carpe diem.